Hello everyone, I'm Jem,
I'm Cons.
and we are two bros interested in finance, so it's the time for stocks. So take it over from here and start the episode.
So yeah, as always, I think let's have a look at our GetQuinn, right? And our
hmm
stocks. Brother, we are hitting it away. We reached the 30% year to date, both of us. So actually, uh, yeah, 30.47 and 30.29%. And yeah, amazing performance as always. I don't think we have to uh, what uh, check them with other benchmarks. I think we're beating most right now. And I think the biggest winner contributing, at least for last week, is ASML, brother. And wait, let me just check how fast it went up for the last week. Pretty much 15%, if I see that right. So
hmm
yeah, I think it was about time, right? So we waited long enough and we talked about it, how it's ready for a breakout. I think we hit it quite on the nail. What do you think, man?
It was first Google
Yeah.
that I was always saying, fuck, should I regret buying Google? Because like it's really slow, it's annoying me, I expected better. And I always kept mentioning Amazon with it, saying that, oh, Amazon has been doing really well. It's like very stable, increasing, like very stable, a very nice uptrend. And I started saying the same thing that I was saying about Google. I was saying the same thing about ASML. It's a very slow stock. Should I have bought it? I should have bought Netflix and so on. They both are doing so well right now, and Amazon slowed down. So, maybe I should keep saying, "Oh, Amazon, I should have bought.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have bought Amazon. I should have bought Netflix." But yeah, ASML did the move that we've been wanting for the longest time.
Yeah, yeah, 100% agree. Uh, it's like in my personal portfolio, it's actually at the same level as Google right now for me. And honestly, now, like you said, it's just Amazon, the one who's lagging behind from our top picks, I guess, or from our better
hmm
investments. But I mean, if we talk quickly about Amazon, honestly, I think Amazon has the bullish behavior for the next couple of months. I can see it making a breakout, bro. I'm hoping for it. Worked out with Google and ASML. Next one is the
From now on, I kept saying in the previous months, September. September is the month, especially the second part of September. Um, we are in September. We are approaching towards the end of September. From now on, we only expect uptrends in crypto market, in stocks market. So the real game is starting now, in my opinion.
yeah. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think there's still plenty of space left for that. And for being a statistically bad month, we're like, what's the 21st today, right? It's been going fantastic, I think.
I think so as
And
well.
I think another reason for that was, if I shall continue our topic, the Fed
Yeah, yeah,
interest
go for
cut
it, go
rate.
for it.
I think that added to the whole bull run right now, maybe. But yeah, 25
Um,
basis points. What do you think?
so so 25 basis points. So I was expecting. I mean, the whole market was expecting as well, Fed to cut interest rate, especially. I don't know if I mentioned in previous videos, but I read an article on Financial Times about this Fed cuts, and Fed, like Jerome Powell, was saying that, or they are scared for tariffs to affect the American economy negatively. That's why they should start cutting the rates. Because they were they were scared that inflation or something was going to happen because economy was going to slow down because of the tariffs and so on. So they've been wanting to cut rates slowly. Um, everyone was expecting September, and it happened. People were saying maybe it should have been 50 basis points rather than 25. I mean, but I think the main idea here is that Fed started doing this, and I think that's something that we should be happy for.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, man. You summed it quite well up. I think, yeah, everybody expected it. I think that's why the September was quite green or quite bullish, how we experienced it right now as well. And then it happened. Actually, when it happened, there was a little bit negative or a little up and down. Um, but yeah, I think there was also, I read something about incoming cuts. I think he was talking about two or three more cuts next year, I believe.
Hmm.
Um, please don't quote me on that. Obviously, always do your own research. But yeah, I saw also the comment that you just said, like how it's pretty much Trump's policies may affect the American market. And now you could argue, was this Trump's idea that he forces Powell into an interest rate cut, right? Uh, I don't know, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. I'm bullish for the market because of the interest rate cut. I think it's positive, like you said. And yeah, I think I don't have anything else to add to this topic unless
I
you
mean,
do.
so for the last 2 years, last year and this year as well, market has been so far going well. This year is slower than the last year. Last year was really good for the market. So it's very early to talk about the next year's market, but 2 years in a row, market's going well. Next year might be a sad year, but maybe we should enjoy the market right now and think about it when the time comes.
Yeah, the problem is only a problem when it arrives, right?
Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, so far so good.
good stuff. What another problem could be for the economy is the whole Intel Nvidia situation or the Nvidia China situation. Sorry. Um, but let's talk about Nvidia and Intel first. I think that's really exciting news. Surprising. But yeah, I believe Nvidia took what was it, a 5 billion US dollar investment into Intel stake?
I don't remember the exact price, but they bought a stake. That's what's important in my opinion, and I think it's like big enough for market to react positively.
It was
It
5
was like
billion. Sorry, just
yeah,
wanted to
5
correct it.
billion.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like it's a lot, and I think the day that the news came out, Intel was like 25, nearly maybe 30% in plus.
Mm.
That was like I don't know if you remember, but like when we first started this podcast, we were just saying, oh, maybe we should like think about buying Intel because like it's a really bad company, but Intel is always going to be Intel.
Yeah.
But we had our questions because like Intel is actually really bad. But yeah, and one surprising thing for me in terms of Intel is, government bought shares in Intel as well a couple of months ago. Government buying shares didn't increase the price this much, but Nvidia buying shares in Intel increases so much. So kind of this tells us something that like government is not really trusted, I guess, or whatever. But like Nvidia has more effect on the market than the government itself. So that's I think quite
Yeah.
a thing to look into. But yeah.
No, it's really interesting. I mean, like you said, we always talked about it. Of course, I think we were kind of on the same page that Intel was maybe not a good investment. Of course, you could argue if you bought at $19 now and you're now at 30, of course, it's a great return, but we're talking long term here, right? And I think Intel, and you cannot anticipate these moves by the government or by Nvidia, right? Nobody anticipated it.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a nice surprise for the shareholders. But like you said, Nvidia only because they invested 5 billion, that's approximately 5% of the company. And the US government spent 10%, which is 10 billion, right? So 15% already from the company Intel in these two companies. But like you said, it's funny how Nvidia actually moved the stock up 30% while only having half of the investment of the government, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, but hey, I'm honestly kind of more interested, or Intel is now more interesting, I think. Um, but I'm with the market, and I think it's more interesting because of Nvidia. So maybe there will be a turnaround. I'll first have to check the financials in the future. Let's see what's coming out of this cooperation between the two companies. And yeah, it's not a buy for me right now. Absolutely not. I don't know how you see it, if you see it more interesting, but yeah, I think the financials still have to turn around to make a.
It it definitely is not a buy for me. And right now, like it was more of a buy 5 months ago than now.
Yeah,
5 months
but
ago, you could have risked something saying that Intel is always going to be Intel. I think this is a good long-term investment. You could have said that. And
yeah, yeah.
like people would argue that it's not, but you could have defended it, supported that idea better. But right now, it increased so much. I don't know what's happening to it year to date by now. It might be even beating the
40%.
market, to be fair, but
Yeah, it's
which
45%
year to date?
year to date.
So you see, it's beating the market by
Yeah,
like 4 times. So,
yeah.
um, so like right now, it's definitely is not a good investment, at least for me. But maybe in the next year's market, it might be better. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on it. I definitely keep my
Hmm.
eyes on Intel all the time. And I think if it
Yes.
returns to better financials, better free cash flow, and you name it, you know how it is. I think it can be interesting. Let's see. I shall continue. We stay with Nvidia, which has a little bit of an issue
Yeah.
last week with the whole China chip situation. And as far as I remember, it was the ban of or well, the Chinese government forcing larger companies such as Alibaba to not use the China chip designed by Nvidia. So it was the one
Not
that they,
pushing, literally banned.
yeah, banned, yes, yes. Yeah, banning the use of the chip that Nvidia specifically designed for the China market. Yeah. What do you think? China doing China
So it
things.
was first American government banning chips to be sent to China. Right now, Chinese government banning chips to be used in China for Nvidia, like Nvidia's chips. I don't know the line of Nvidia. I don't know what chips they do, what chips they don't do. I don't know. Um, but these are definitely not good news in my opinion in terms of Nvidia. I think it was like H2O chips or whatever. Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but
It's one of
Chinese
the higher
government,
lineup.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Chinese government is trying to affect American economy as much as America is trying to affect China's economy. So like I don't know what to say, but this worries me because Nvidia is reliant on chips. I like this worries me as an ASML investor as well because ASML is reliant on Nvidia as well. But at least the good thing about ASML is that ASML has other customers too. Yes, Nvidia might be the biggest customer. I'm not sure if it is, but I am assuming that it is. ASML still has other companies which produce chips, but still, it's. I think it's worrying that these political wars are affecting these companies. But yeah, what can we do? So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I from my side, I'm not too worried, honestly, because it feels like, okay, yes, I just looked it up, or I just asked ChatGPT for the help with the name of the chip. So it was the RTX Pro 600D, and yeah, it was the one specifically designed for the China market, so China could have some chips. Yeah, I think it's just diplomacy, it's just trying
Mm.
to control the market. Both parties are trying to do so. And like you said, America banned it beforehand, right? The selling of chips to China, and now China turns it around. Cool story, I think. Yeah, it's just manipulation. I think the demand will be fine for Nvidia. They lived without China beforehand. Now they can't sell it to China. In the end, I feel like it will still end up in China because China has used them even in the past illegally. So um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really tricky situation. Um, but I honestly believe the demand is still strong, with or without China. And I mean, Nvidia is the market leader in these chips, right? So I think they're gonna be fine in the long term. I just hope there wouldn't be these complications. It's just unnecessary news. I don't know.
Mhm.
Just feels like a
Yeah,
pain.
Nvidia is always going to be Nvidia, but yeah, these news are not the best news.
Yeah, they're
So yeah.
definitely not positive. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. They might try to push their own chip lineup, right? The Chinese lineup from chips. And obviously, it can also be. I know China is behind with chip technology. NVIDIA is the absolute best. I think there's no debating in that. But maybe throughout this span, uh, companies are forced to innovate faster within China.
Mm.
I don't know if this is like trying to create this competitiveness and the less dependency on other countries, but yeah, we shall see how it works out.
I mean, we will
Uh,
see. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, if you're talking about China, anyway, I have some short news. With Alibaba. Alibaba has been doing really great again. It's been a hell of a stock and it reached 160 US dollars. Year to date, up 90%, which is a crazy performance. So it's finally doing its thing, um, for me personally as an investor. Um, and yeah, there was a news that Jack Ma is returning. So the former CEO, I think he's a quite famous personality. He was the CEO and founder of Alibaba, and Alibaba had this huge uh, fall down, right? The 2, 3 years in the China crisis. And
Is
that's
he
when
the
Jack Ma,
one that said bad things about the government?
yeah, he might have said one or two sentences that are a little bit, yes, special. And then he was out of the picture. And
Yeah.
Alibaba stock obviously crashed within the China crisis, but obviously the Jack Ma uh, leaving also contributed to the stock dropping, right? But he returned as a side character, just saying. He's not the CEO, he didn't take over. So more like as a, I guess, visual, like representing person.
I'm still here. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, so yeah, let's see how it brings the stock, but it's performing well. What do you think? Check Ma. Is it interesting?
I mean, like companies do that when companies are not like performing, not stock price wise, but like the as a company as well, like as a spreadsheet wise. Um, if they're not performing as well as they were doing before, they bring the old guy in and say that, oh look, we actually still have this person. So just for that person to say that, yeah, I'm here, like don't worry, company is still good. So I think that's what's happening. Maybe Chinese government is regretting their decision that they took him out of the picture. Well, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Let's see what he's gonna do. Honestly, I think he's just gonna be a representative person. I think the CEO right now of Alibaba is actually doing a quite good job. I don't think he's gonna hold any power moves or anything within the company. Um, but um, yeah. Otherwise, we have one last topic, I guess. If we move on to Apple, Apple had a nice event last week. represented. I have to mention it, man. You're my Apple you're my Apple guy. And yeah, interesting new lineup. Apple stock has been recovering the last couple of months. So how do you feel, man? What's up with the lineup? You feel excited?
Apple. Okay, do you want my Apple fanboy comment or like objective one?
I mean, both would be great, bro. Both would be great.
So the Apple fanboy one is they came up with like new products again, like groundbreaking products. The iPhone looks completely different. AirPods 3 coming with new features. Amazing products. Like I have this iPhone here. Like my like the iPhone 17 looks completely different with all the bumps and everything on the back. So Apple did what they do every year. They came up with a new product, and the objective comment is iPhone looks tiny little bit different. Same iPhone. They brought this to this new product. Like this is like second generation, I think. But they brought translation, which doesn't have every language actually. So in the live translation, okay, cool. So yeah, it was every year it's going to be groundbreaking, but actually it's not. Like Apple does this. Apple actually brings a product every 10 years that is groundbreaking. Like AirPods, for example, very innovative. If we are having like wireless headphones right now, right? Like these like earbuds, it's because of Apple. If we
Yeah,
are having like touchscreen phones, it's iPhones, you know?
yeah,
So like Apple does this, but every 10 to 15 years. So, I mean, yeah, stock price wise, I think Apple has been doing really well for the last so many years. But right now, it's just like I think the stock price is like too high, in my opinion, to
yeah.
buy it.
I agree,
If you're gonna
honestly.
hold it for 5, 6 years, yes, it's nice, but for the next year, it might drop a
Hmm.
bit. Like it might burst the bubble a bit, like at least not bursting the bubble, but like releasing some gas. Um, so like like for me to buy Apple, the price needs to drop a bit more. But yeah, go Apple. They did groundbreaking things again.
Crazy, man. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we'll take
I mean,
it.
if you think about it, there is a new iPhone called iPhone Air. Easy as that.
It
They
is
they are they are now
groundbreaking.
bringing
Yeah.
iPhone Air, like we never had Air in the whole lineup of Apple, just because they are calling an iPhone Air right now groundbreaking, you know. And I
I
really
certainly go.
like
Yeah.
it. What Tim Cook? What was it? Tim Cook, the CEO?
Yeah, yeah, Tim Cook. Yeah.
Um, Tim Cook, right? Yeah. He's like saying, like in the intro, he's just saying, Apple, we are now bringing the newest product that is going to change everything. Like, ah, bro, come on.
It's funny because I saw the iPhone Air and I was like, okay, ultra thin Air. It's one of it's thinnest iPhone ever, right? It's like 1 millimeter thinner than the iPhone 6, I believe, which was really like thin anyway. But either way, they created this extended battery pack you can just put on the iPhone Air. And I've heard people say with that extended battery pack, it's actually the battery size of the original iPhone. I don't know if it's true, but it would be funny. But yeah, honestly, I agree on most on the non-Apple fanboy statement, obviously. Um, and I think it's crazy valued. If I just checked, and Apple has a PE ratio of 37, right? And
I mean, yeah.
I don't mind Apple. Apple is a great company. Nobody can deny this. And like you said, had a great run for the past 5 years. But I would never buy Apple. I would rather buy Google right now because Google is valued at
Mhm.
25 PE ratio with actual growth, while Apple is just I think quite overvalued. But if it
Like
would do a drop, oh,
with Google year to date, I have 40% return.
yeah,
With Apple,
fuck all,
I
man.
don't know how much would I have had. Yeah.
Year to date, actually, Apple barely moved. So
Yeah,
it's
you see?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, but yeah, for me, way too highly valued without actual interesting growth. And like you said, it takes 10 years to create a new product. Okay, they made the AirPods, and I'm sure the new AirPods are gonna sell well, and I'm sure the new iPhone is gonna sell well. But I like some innovation. I like some change. I want to see something new. I'm sure Apple could
That's
make a
gonna
flip
that's gonna
phone
happen
or
in like
something, you know? But how long is it
that's gonna happen in
taking?
like 6, 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's gonna take 6, 7 years for Apple to come with something that is like really new, that is
yeah.
going to change the world.
Yeah, but otherwise, I don't really have much to add. Below 25 PE ratio, maybe it's a buy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Not much else to add. I think we went through everything.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's me as well.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so thank you guys for watching, I guess.
yeah. All right, like and subscribe.
Subscribe, like, yeah, grandma, grandpa, they know the drill. So catch you guys on the next episode. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao, guys. Bye bye.